Welcome back, my dudes. You know, I was thinking about D&D the other day, as I tend to do on occasion, and I was thinking about skill checks, primarily perception checks. As a DM, when we need to do a perception check, we ask the player to roll, and if they roll high enough, they hit that DC, they get to see the thing if it exists in front of them. That's great, and that works well. But could we level that up? Could we make it a little bit cooler? After all, our vision is not infallible. We make mistakes as humans. We see things that aren't there. And so should our characters. So why is it that when we do a perception check, almost all DMs, it's either a yes you see it or no you don't? What if the DM went with another option? What if the DM tells the player they see something that doesn't exist? Picture this, your player is a rogue and he's following a dark elf in a yellow cloak who's wandering through a marketplace that's super busy. Suddenly, the dark elf turns a corner and the players lose sight of them for just a second. So you as the DM, you ask for a perception check to see if they can maintain sight of the contact. The players roll a 12 and the DC was a 15. And this is where the DM would usually say something along the lines of, you lost sight of them. They seem to have disappeared into the busy crowd of the marketplace. But what if you went a different route? What if instead of saying you simply don't see them anymore, you say you scan the crowd and you catch them, you see them ducking down an alleyway to the east. Now the players, feeling like a rock star, figured this is their chance. This is their chance to apprehend them. So they rush forward, they dash down the alleyway, they run up, they grab him by the shoulder, they turn him around, and it's an old lady. She's frightened as hell, hysterical, and begging the players not to harm her. See, now we've accomplished a little bit more than simply failing the skill check, right? We've added some intrigue, some story to it, because now you have this little old lady, scared to death. You're further away from the marketplace than you were, so picking up on that cold trail is going to be even harder. The players are now going to have to deal with that old lady, and they'll probably question their perception checks from now on. You see, I like the idea that the perception check is not a sure thing. It's not a true or false, pass or fail binary check. It's an attempt to perceive, but the full extent of the check, whether it succeeded or failed, is never really known to the player. This just adds an extra dimension to the check itself. There's a yes you saw it, there's a no you didn't see it, and then there's that middle ground where you saw something and it might be it. In a dungeon, the players might want to roll a perception check and they roll a 15 to perceive any traps that are down the hallway. You as the DM know there aren't any traps, but they roll really badly and therefore maybe they saw a trap. Maybe they spend the next 10 minutes sneaking up to a piece of string that's on the side of the corridor, only to find out that it's just a piece of string. To me, this just kind of adds a little bit of logical realism to the world around the players. Now, I imagine to do this, a DM is going to need to be on their toes. In the previous example, we're going to need that NPC, that old lady NPC, either written or we're going to need to improv it on the spot. Not to mention, what the players do with the old lady after the fact is in question. The players could decide that that old lady is the dark elf Lord Balak in a magical disguise and therefore take her custody for 3 days while they figure out what's going on, only to realize down the road that she is in fact just an old lady. And now you've created an entire session out of a failed perception check. Something to think about for sure. I know I'm going to give it a go in one of my next games. Have you guys ever done anything like this? Ever seen a DM pull a trick like this? Drop a comment about it and out your DM as the evil bastard he is. And please don't forget, if you like this video, please drop us a like, drop us a comment, and please consider subscribing. We are trying to build an amazing channel filled with a ton of different types of content, and your support is absolutely appreciated. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time.